Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
Welcome to BGP. Today we're going to talk about keeping your hands to yourself. Question. What did the five fingers say to the face? Smack! Slap! We're laughing, but it's really not funny. I want to bring this up. I tried to get past it, but I couldn't because it seems to be a double standard when women hit men. There's a YouTube channel where they seem to have lots and lots of confrontations between females and the male hosts, including the guests. And somehow they always get into an altercation. Well, last week, a popular YouTube content creator, African-American man, he was on another popular show. I'm not really trying to big up them. And while he was talking to a female, she didn't like what he said, and she started loud talking him. She proceeded to stand up over him, and then they got into an altercation, and then she punched him. Am I correct?
She attempted to, yeah.
She attempted to punch him. I think she landed, and it started a buzz. And this young lady went on to another popular YouTuber's channel, and they were talking about it. And she was trying to form a sisterhood that said that it was okay for this young lady to hit this YouTuber. And I wanted to talk about it. What do you guys think?
I think... Oh,
I'm sorry. When a woman puts her hands on a man, that she should be excused.
I don't think at all she should be excused. I think there's something we learn in kindergarten. Kids learn to keep your hands to yourself. I think this applies to everybody. Women are not excluded, but for some reason we have in our mind that yes, men should not hit women, but women should not hit men. I don't think in any time does it give them, just because you're a woman, that you have that gives you a pass on hitting someone. I've seen it time and time again where a woman is swinging on a man and he's trying to hold her back to get, and he's trying his best not to defend himself and not hit back. And even just pushing, he's getting backlash because he's pushed her off of him. I think it's wrong, and it's for us to constantly make it seem like it's okay for a woman to put her hands on a man. In both cases, it's always wrong, in my opinion.
Ms. Williams?
I'm a proponent. What you don't want another person to do to you, don't do it.
Exactly.
Keep your hands to yourself. So if you decide to step to a man as if you are a man and he treats you like one, so be it. If you don't like that, stay out of his face. Keep your hands to yourself.
See, the argument was, we know that a man is stronger physically.
True.
So at no point in time should he ever hit a woman. I don't care if she slaps you, if she socks you, you just walk away. And I think that's selfish to even pitch that out to a man. Like Adrianne, you said, don't put your hands on nobody. Because when they were going back and forth and they were arguing, first of all, he should have told her to use her inside voice. She needed to lower her tone. But then when she raised up,
oh yeah,
he was supposed to tell her, sit back down.
Yeah.
Adrianne over there cussing. Sit down. And the host in that situation could have separated them. However, the environment is
Toxic.
Yeah, it's
toxic.
Yeah.
To monetize, you have to start
Drama.
a fight.
There
Drama.
you go.
Drama,
There you
go.
gender wars.
Yeah.
I hate you, you hate me.
Right.
And that could have all been avoided, but they're doing a lot of stuff for clicks
for clout. Yeah.
and clout and monetization. But I want to talk to the young ladies in the real world. Don't you go out here and get your butt kicked because you listening to these YouTubers with millions of views tell you it's okay that a man shouldn't put his hands on you. Don't hit nobody. Just the fact that you know he is stronger, that should make you not want to put your hands on him. Yeah. And my thing is, do you have something to say before I keep on going?
I mean, I think you already hit it on the nail. Like, we definitely should be keeping our hands to ourselves. There are times when you may be in the presence of somebody who's saying something that you don't like. Just because you don't like what they're saying doesn't give you the right to then want to put your hands on them. It doesn't. And so I watched the video. So I saw what happened. And it's, to paraphrase, that's kind of like what happened, right? Like, he was saying, was he on some disrespectful shit? Yes, he was. Was he calling her some disrespectful shit? Yes, he did. And yes, some people aren't, when it comes to confrontations verbally, some of us aren't used to dealing with that back the same way. We're used to retaliating, right? And so in that situation, she rose up. Like, okay, what you want to do about it, right? And that's that. I don't excuse the behavior, but that's kind of what she did. And then, what happened. I don't encourage that. Like, I have a daughter, and I've always taught her that. I've shown her videos, of women getting their ass whooped by men and how people literally don't even intervene. They just like, so sad, you're bad. I always tell her, don't put your hands on nobody. Unless you're prepared for that individual to retaliate. If you're not about that, keep your hands to yourself. Walk away. Is every fight not even worth a fight anyway? But walk away. Definitely when it comes to men, because let's be honest, men are stronger than women. Right. They were created to be stronger than women. Their push could fuck
Damage
you up.
you.
Their smush.
Yeah, could fuck you up. So keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
That's just it for me. Yeah.
And I have mad respect for those men who have good coping skills, or when they can see something escalating like that, they can bring it down, or they can remove themselves, or even they can hold that woman back. She should not be touching you. And see, I think because, I've worked with women in domestic violence situations before. That's one of the main things we talk about in our classes, in our DV classes. Don't you put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on no man and think that he's going to be always that guy who's been taught to walk away. He may very well sock you in your jaw, knock you out, and not even think. He may black out. You don't know what his history is. So the thing is, I think we need to emphasize to young girls, you don't put your hands on nobody. Period.
You saw it. Did you see it?
I did not.
Okay,
I saw the commotion. I couldn't really make out.
Okay, so I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think she came there with a purpose. Because if you look at the backstory, he flew her out. Her and her best friend. And they are self-claimed OnlyFans. So they were supposed to get with him and do whatever they were going to do a video. Yeah. Well, she got there. She said he was weird. She didn't feel right, and she left, but the girl stayed. Well, when she got on the broadcast, she tried to play like she didn't know who he was. You did know who he was, and his get down,
right?
And he'll call you a bitch.
Okay, in a heartbeat,
a black bitch.
Okay,
hair hat hooligan, a black bitch, a dark skinned bitch, an ugly bitch.
Okay,
all that.
You knew that about him, and she tried to play like she didn't know. And anybody that knows this particular YouTuber, he is very emotional, and he, one time, a long time ago, years ago, I saw one of his broadcasts, and I didn't really know who he was, and I didn't really know that he did the same thing over and over again. And I just caught one, and I was like, keep up the good work, because that one was actually something that should have been addressed.
Right.
And he DM me. What do you mean? He tried to start an argument with me, and I was like, and I didn't know who he was. I didn't know about the YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
And I was, sir, I just said keep up the good work, and he was like, oh, okay then. So everybody that knows him knows he's super emotional.
Yeah.
We know he will fight a girl before he fights a man.
Yes.
He's a bitch like that.
Men has gotten at him before, and he
he's
got
done nothing.
slapped in New
and
York
punched
before.
in the mouth and did nothing.
Right.
Okay.
So I think she was looking for her come up because she's now suing him. Well, she has a GoFundMe too.
Well, wait, did she hit him? Did he hit her back?
He attempted to.
But
he didn't
him up.
Okay.
But they broke him up.
And now she's suing him.
So she goes on this other female's YouTube channel, and she's like, you should sue him, and you should do this, and this is about woman empowerment. And the caller called in, and she was like, she's absolutely wrong. And she's like, whose side are you on?
Wow.
It's not about the woman's side. It's not about the man's side. It's about the right side.
Exactly.
Don't put your hands on anybody. And this is for the young ladies out here, and I want you to think about this. You have a lot of people that are crazy as hell that will give you some advice, but if your ass end up in the hospital,
they not coming for you. They not gonna check for you. They
if
not
your
gonna pay
ass
your
lose
bills.
your job,
They not gonna get you a
if
job.
you die, they not gonna buy you no flowers for your funeral.
Right.
They're not gonna take care of your responsibilities if you have children. Don't just listen to everything. She got a GoFundMe for like $5,000 right now, talking about stress, and I couldn't even read it.
Now you want to cry victim.
Right. But see, and this goes back to what I keep addressing with Black women when I'm saying, why put yourself in a position that you already know is going to be confrontational? That particular YouTube channel where the stuff took place, they're known for being drama filled. They're known for people fighting. They're known for being disrespectful to the women that sit at the table. They're known for just being reckless with the mouth when it comes to the people there.
And she knew because she's been on there 2 or 3 times.
She said 2 times at that point. So it's like they're known for it. So why put yourself in a position where you know that this can take place in this particular venue for that to happen? And she's young. You know what I'm saying? So this can follow you, and not in a good way. It can follow you in a bad way where people are going to think you're confrontational. Yeah. They're going to think you super aggressive. They're going to think you like to fight all the time. They're going to think you don't know how to listen, and they're not going to want to work with you depending on the direction you're trying to go in your life.
Right. Somebody can pick that up. She going on the job interview.
Correct.
They'd be like, excuse me, sweetie.
Is this you?
Yeah.
This you right here?
Yeah, exactly.
This you?
And we don't think about the consequences of our actions. And it's really sad to me that we don't want to do the right thing. We want to do something to come up real quick.
Yes.
Slap a nigga.
You know? Yeah.
He talking about his foot is broke.
Okay.
And
Get your teeth knocked out.
And then he was going to get, he was going to press charges, but he's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And I think some of these things are very theatrical and they're kind of made up. We don't know for sure or not. But I just want you young ladies to don't fall for all this stuff. Don't raise your hand to no man. Some men can catch themselves.
Correct.
And some can't.
Correct.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stems from giving these women these sense of power that they could do this kind of thing is these reality shows where they get on there and they fight over the dumbest, the stupidest thing, and they fighting men and putting their hands, getting all up in men's face. Yeah. And see, we've promoted that and we watch it and they think that you can do this in the real world. Yeah. And I don't care how much they call that reality TV. That stuff is scripted. Yeah. Okay? Yep. It's somebody there to pull that nigga off.
And not by black people.
Thank you.
Scripted by white people because they trying to make some money.
They know that drama. They know they love to see us lock up and look like
and
a big
fool. And they know
fool.
security is just right there standing behind the camera.
As soon as it go down, they going to snatch you right up. Yeah. So we've given them, they got this false sense of that they can just go out here and do this stuff. Yeah. It's a nigga that will beat your ass. Trust me. Yep. And not even hold back at all. Will whip on you like you another dude on the street. Yep. So they have to remember, when you see those things rising up, and it look like it might be ugly. Yes, you don't want to look like a punk. Forget being a punk. Walk away. Yeah. Leave it alone. Bring it down. Act like a lady. Yeah. So it's sad.
I'm glad you brought that up because I I literally just saw a live this week where a gentleman literally, the lady is walking across the street and he hits her with the car. And he gets out the car with this little pole thing and proceeds to beat the shit out of her with the pole. And he kills her. Oh and there's people around. There's people that filmed it. There's people that are looking. Nobody intervenes. Ooh. So she's gone. And this happened on live. And yes, he has now been arrested. But the rumor is she took something from him that didn't belong to her. Not every man is going to be logical and say, I'm going to just chop that up as a loss, or I'm going to let her disrespect slide because she's a lady, or I'm going to let her little push or her smack or whatever it is, I'm going to let it go because she's a woman. Not every man thinks that way. Some of them just be like, you wrong me, I'm going to make you pay for it. And by the time they catch up and realize what they're doing, it's too late.
Exactly.
It's too late. Because I know he didn't intend in his right mind to kill to kill her, but he snapped.
See, we don't know people's background.
Correct.
We don't know if they got PTSD. We don't know if they've been in the military and they think you a
enemy.
You don't know what's happening with people.
And you're correct in saying we don't need to know people's backgrounds. We don't know if these heifers is out there boxing.
Thank you.
They got degrees, belts,
black belts.
Black belts.
A man don't know if you got 10 brothers and you've been fighting all your life.
Exactly.
So don't do it.
Don't underestimate people.
Don't do it. Yeah. I just think this was something important for us to bring up. Like Adrianne said, a lot of this stuff is scripted. And you don't got no camera.
Sure
and you ain't getting paid for slapping somebody.
Don't believe the hype.
You might get a hospital bill. We need to treat people how we want to be treated. Keep our hands off of each other. Keep our hands off of each other. Learn how to talk it out or get away from it. And here's another thing. There were multiple other females from different races around you. They should have made some suggestions. Switch seats with me, Neisha.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. Surround yourself with women that don't want to see you fight.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
Right.
You guys have any final thoughts?
You already nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't put yourself in a position where you already feel like you need to fight. Because as women, that should be the last thing on our mind. Unless you really, really, really have to defend yourself, you know what I mean? Walk away. It's not worth it. Just because a camera is there, just because you've seen on reality TV how these women act and they getting, 6 figures or whatever, money for it, that doesn't mean that can work for you. Because, again, you can do this shit in the real world and nobody's going to come to save you. You're going to get your ass whooped and somebody's going to be filming it while you doing it saying, oh, that's so sad. Yeah. That's so sad. Somebody should talk to her while she's getting her ass whooped.
Right.
So, learn some better conflict resolution skills. Learn to be, sometimes it's okay to be the bigger person because you never know what an individual is going through or what they've been through. You don't know their mindset. Yeah. You really don't. And so move differently. We need to start acting more like women and not men. We need to stop thinking that we can fuck up men. We need to stop being disrespectful to men. We need to be better as women. And I'm saying that as an older woman talking to both older and younger women who think it's okay to move in that kind of way. It's not. It's embarrassing, to be honest. It's embarrassing. And we need to change that. We need to change that narrative. And that's my final thought.
My final thought would simply be know your circle, the people that you hang around with. When you go to a situation like that, much like Mona was saying, have that girlfriend that's going to, pull your coattail or hey, let's switch seats, like you said. Or, not that one that's going to instigate some shit. You need to get up in that nigga face or whatever. We need to help each other. And sometimes we don't always make the right decision when we're angry. And so when things are getting to a 10, we got to have that friend next to us to say, hey, wait, ease up. Calm down. It helps to have people in your circle that are going to help you, give you, that's really there to assist. And that's really all I can say. Remember, keep your hands to yourself, boy, girl, man, woman, whatever.
So on that note, quickly, what do we think about the situation that's going on between the Russians and Ukraine?
Oh, so sad.
Ms. Neisha Williams.
That's not my motherfucking fight. Good luck.
Adrianne.
I'm sad about it. I
Ms.Lishey.
I'm sad. I just see these kids. Peace.
Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for your continued support. We're out.
Bye.
Ooh.